Hello and welcome back to Gunthrek Live. Ooh, that's really bright. Let me turn that light down a little bit. kind of in your face a little bit too much there. All right, it didn't look that bright on the smaller camera. Anyways, welcome to Gunthrek Live. As usual, we're going to be playing some games today, and then towards the end, if there's people hanging around, we may try to find something else to do. I am trying to shift over. My goal is to shift over towards variety content. But as my friend over at Battle Vortex said, and he is absolutely right, trying to do that, especially early on in your YouTube career, is extremely difficult to do because the algorithm just doesn't want to help you with that. It gets confused when you do a bunch of different things. It doesn't know who to show your videos to. So I think the cure for that is for you guys to help out with that by just recommending me. If you like my content, you enjoy, you think there's someone else who might enjoy watching this kind of content, shoot over a recommendation. Maybe growing by word of mouth is the best way to grow. I don't know. That said, we're going to go ahead and hop into our DCS game here in just a second. If you're new to the stream, this stream is me basically taking my recording process and making a live stream out of it. So you guys are kind of along for the ride in sort of like a, like live studio audience kind of thing where we're recording a show for TV and you guys are in on the recording part of it. So I'll be referencing our offline audience, which is basically when we're doing recording stuff and all that kind of thing. That's what I'm talking about when I say that. So, people will jump in the middle. They probably won't understand. Be sure to let them know when they do that. So our first game for today, as it has been since we started the stream, is going to be Elite Dangerous. We'll hop in over here. I will bring in the offline audience and we'll get started on our recordings for the day. So, as we all know, we are on our way back to the fleet carrier, trying to catch up with it. We did send it ahead of us to try to, we're doing the Deep Space Carrier series where we're trying to take our carrier as far out into deep space as we can, doing an exploration series here on Elite Dangerous. Let's see, can I go ahead and just do that? Sweet. It's always nice when the thing just kind of shows up over the horizon and you don't have to leave first. Let's see, I need to, can I go ahead and just do that? Sweet. It's always nice when the thing just kind of shows up over the horizon and you don't have to leave first. Let's see, I need to, can I go ahead and just do that? Sweet. It's always nice when the thing just kind of shows up over the horizon and you don't have to leave first. There were 3 or 4 other bodies in this system that had a bunch of exobiology that we could have gotten to go through, but realistically, because, as I've said many times on this exploration series, Elite Dangerous goes with the sort of panspermia version of biology, which means that usually whatever's on one, usually the stuff is all right around in one area of the solar system, and they're usually all the same thing. So even if we headed over there, yes, we get a lot more money out of it, but we wouldn't really find anything new. It's almost certainly just going to be the same stuff we found in the last one. So there's that. We have a good 22 jumps left to go before we're going to be able to make it to our fleet carrier. I would like to make it to the fleet carrier so that we can do some mining. I can do some mining over the weekend to kind of get our fuel tank filled back up. So the plan for today is that, yeah, we're going to stop and scan for things as we go, but I may try to get within, as a matter of fact, you know what, why don't we just go ahead and do that? I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and blast our way through until we get about 10 jumps away, and then we'll go ahead and start searching for things, because I kind of want to front load the traveling part of this, and it gives me a chance to chat with you guys, especially if any of you happen to be online right now. It gives you guys a chance to chat, and that way I'm not focused so much on the game. Yeah, I've been doing this YouTube thing for, I don't know, it's definitely solidly like every full-time-ish for, you know, over a year. I don't really remember when I really started doing full-time. It was back when I moved to Mexico, so a while ago. But, you know, YouTube is one of those things where there's a lot of different factors that have to come together before you have a real chance at making it. And for the vast majority of people, it just doesn't. It's not going to happen. So, you know, picking the right game, which I'm sure that I don't, because I'm not super interested in a lot of the games that are super, super popular, or I don't want to spend $60 to $80 on a game when I can't be sure that that's actually going to be something that actually gets me a lot of attention. So I'm kind of... it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. I don't really like a lot of the popular AAA, quadruple A games now that are out there. I have no interest in them. And then B, they're so expensive. I don't have the money to pay for that. And even if I did have the money, I don't really want to pay the money for that. It's just like, I don't want to. I don't want to do it. I'm one of those people who the things I enjoy tend to not be things that everybody else enjoys, and that's gonna make it even harder for me. It's not a sob story. I'm just stating facts. It is what it is. So I keep getting on here every day, hoping that you know, my persistence will pay off. And if I make enough videos, the sheer volume of videos out there might make up for the fact that maybe the stuff I'm playing isn't the most popular content out there. I don't know. We'll see. It sort of seems to be working, so be sure to click that like button and subscribe to help us reach the 10,000 subscriber mark. The more people we have subscribing to the channel, ideally the more often my videos get recommended, even if they don't necessarily fall into whatever category YouTube is hoping they do. I think there definitely needs to be a major update to the way that these video platforms analyze their videos, because sticking it into a category and forcing people to stick themselves into a category is just kind of ridiculous, especially because, you know, I don't think there's not that many people who can be so obsessive over one thing and just focus themselves like me. I can't do that. I get bored. Like, I know I've been doing this Elite Dangerous thing for the last, you know, over a year at this point, I think. And, well, almost a year. I think I started in December. Yeah, I started in December of last year because of the free arcs and everything. I was like, well, if I'm going to log in, I might as well go ahead and make some videos out of it, because, you know, why not? And then we started this exploration series, and it's gone, and it's continued since then. But it's not the only game I play, and if it was the only game, if it had to be the only game I played, I would lose my mind. I would not be able to continue making content for this. So, to my friend from Battle Vortex, I am not trying to disregard what you're saying. I absolutely agree. You are 100% right. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that for me, my impatience and ADD and whatever else you want to throw at it that makes me unable to really focus on any one thing for a very long period of time, I can't produce that kind of content. I just can't do it. And if that means that I never make it, then it's just, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. You know, that's not, and I don't mean that to come off as like prideful or arrogant. It's just I know myself well enough to know that there is no game on the planet that I could focus myself on and keep doing it forever. World of Warcraft, back when it was super popular, and when I mean super popular, I mean by like Wrath of the Lich King popular. I was sort of like that, but I'm so burnt out on that. Kind of burnt me out on sticking with one thing for a very long time. I can't be like that with any game anymore. I'll get obsessive with a game for a while, maybe a couple of months, maybe a few months. Like Path of Exile, I got super obsessed about it for a while because, you know, I wanted to experience the story, and then I wanted to level up several characters and try different things and try a few different builds. But eventually, you know, you get to the point where you're just like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm bored. I want to find something else to do. So my goal has always been, and then, you know, video games in general, the older you get, the less the video games satisfy the whatever desire it is that a video game satisfies. You know, especially for those of us who choose to get on YouTube and try to make a go of this, we're seeking more than just sharing our video game experiences. We're trying to create something that provides value to everybody, ourselves and you as the viewer, and value equals money. And, you know, for me, it's not really about the money, but it is about the money, right? Like, it's one of those things that once you're able to pay the bills and you don't have anything messing with you anymore, you can make a choice at that point. You could say, all right, I've reached the level of success that I want to reach, and now I'm okay, and, you know, what anything extra is nice, but I don't care. Or you can get greedy and decide you want to make millions and millions and millions of dollars and all of that. And there's people that go either way with that. Me, I like to believe that if I could get to the point where I can turn this into a full-time gig that provides me with a sustainable income for the foreseeable future, I will have reached the point where I'm content and all of that. But until I reach that point, I have bills to pay, and I need this. You know, I would like for this to become the thing that pays the bills. So, obviously, that's always going to be a focus of everything that I do on the channel. I try not to make a big deal out of it that much, but since it was brought up on a stream I was watching just a few minutes ago, I just wanted to talk about it because we're trying to kill some time before we start actually looking for things. Okay, how many jumps do we have left? I want to get down to 10 jumps before we really start. I could have been charging right now. I'm in the habit of like leaving the thing before I start frame shift charging, but I keep forgetting. With this particular ship, I'm able to just do it immediately as soon as we can see the star. Like if I could turn off the little warning that says, "Oh, it's not in the line of sight," I just spam the key until it starts charging. I just don't want to hear "cannot comply," or whatever message it is that comes up when it's out of the line of sight or whatever. We'll grab as many of the discovery scanner scans as we can get. But yeah, we got 3 more jumps and then we'll start scanning for stuff. Ooh, don't want to do that. That would have been bad. Okay. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of people who would say don't talk about certain subjects. Yeah, I talk about what I want to talk about, and you don't have to like it. You may not agree with where my mindset is, and that's totally fine. There's a lot of people I don't agree with where their mindset is. I just try to be me, you know, and I'm hoping that me is interesting enough that enough people want to watch, and that turns into, like, I would much rather have people who are, you know, interested in contributing to me as a content creator rather than relying on ad revenue. I would love it if I could just turn off ads and, you know, viewers paid me to do what I'm doing right now rather than the other way around. But that's unrealistic. That's a completely unrealistic side. Like there's a lot of people that will. I do have channel members, and you guys are very much appreciated. I wish I could have so many more of you guys who contribute to the channel and are trying to help me grow into what I'm trying to get to. You guys are amazing, and, you know, if more people were like you, I would be much closer to my goal. But, you know, the reality is that the things that make, for the most part, as far as I'm aware, the thing that makes YouTube successful is growing your channel to the point where you make a decent amount of ad revenue. I know most channels say that that's not their biggest source of revenue, and that's fine, but sponsorships, I don't want to do sponsorships. I really don't want to. Like, unless it's a product that I really like, I'll do sponsorships for products that I really like, but I don't really want to, like, it's just advertising and selling you guys stuff. It just makes me feel gross. I don't want to do it, you know. But at some point, you got to suck it up and say, you know, I don't really want to do this, but at the same time, you got to do what you got to do, and I don't want to. I don't want to. There's a lot of things I don't want to do that I end up having to do. So, you know, if I could find a sponsorship with a company that, you know, is interested in supporting the channel, and it's a product that I already like, that would be kind of cool, I guess. You know, I wouldn't feel as bad trying to sell something if it's a product that I actually like and I use and I enjoy. You know, Big Screen Beyond. Why don't you guys send me a sample? I'm kidding. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but that's an unreasonable ask. But yeah, my point is that you know, I have goals in life just like everybody else, and I like to talk about my goals because, you know, talking about them kind of motivates me to keep going. It kind of helps to reiterate to yourself what you're trying to do, what you're trying to get done. All right. So, well, there's only 3 bodies here, and 2 of them are stars. So we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next one. You know, it's one of those things where you have to remind yourself sometimes of what it is you're trying to do. You get lost in the grind too much, and you lose track of the big picture. You forget why you're doing things, and it gets harder and harder to just keep getting up and doing it every day. So, you know, every once in a while I need to have a heart-to-heart with myself, and I do it here on camera because it's something to talk about. It's something to talk about. Eventually, you know, I started doing this live stream format because I'm hoping that, you know, people are interested. They come, they hang out, they come in to chat, and the chat itself becomes content, because I think the podcasting world has shown us that, you know, most people are far more interested in conversation than they are in gaming. I have found that in general, the videos that do the best for me are the ones where I talk about stuff that isn't the game. You know, because people just want to feel like they're hanging out. Especially a lot of the more lonely people out there who don't, you know, they struggle to make friends, or they struggle to do this, or they struggle to be in social situations, which, trust me, I understand. I was a massive nerd growing up, and I was not one of those people that had lots of friends. It's just the way it was. So I totally understand. I was there with you. And then I joined the Marine Corps, and more or less stayed the same, but then I had the confidence of being a Marine, and that kind of makes up for a lot of the antisocial behavior that most of us nerds end up having. So I have the confidence to be able to step into a social situation, but I'm still uncomfortable in them. I don't like having to deal with that. And it's just gonna be a gas giant, it's gonna be a gas giant of some kind. That's what that last one was. So no chance of that being any kind of exobiology. We will go ahead and move on to the next system. So that's why I'm able to get up here on YouTube and portray something somewhat resembling confidence, because I spent more than a decade of my life in the Marine Corps, and you know, that changes you. It just does. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I am, in response to my friend over at Battle Vortex, I am fully aware that the way I'm running my channel is absolutely making it way harder. But at the same time, I don't have it in me to do that, to just focus on one specific game. I can't. Because I mean, eventually, no matter how much I want to keep trying, I'm going to sunset Elite Dangerous. It's going to happen. I haven't reached that point yet, and that's mostly because I don't have to do a lot of prep work for it. I can just hop on, do 30 minutes, and then move on to something else. It doesn't require a lot of time and effort on my part to just hop into the game, do some exploration stuff, maybe do some mining, pay some bills, and then move on to the next game. But if it was something where I had to do, like, put in a lot of time and effort off camera to make it work, The only reason I've been kind of halfway messing around with DCS World is because I have a flight campaign that I'm hoping to post for sale in the near future. Still haven't heard back from the developers on that, so I may have to start trying to sell it independently, which sucks. I really wanted to try to get that up on the web store. It would have been really nice to be able to do that. All right, what do we are looking for the gas giant here, which means that there's going to be a bunch of moons. So, you know, there's like I said, there's a lot of people who would say that, you know, there's a lot of things I shouldn't be talking about, but I'm trying to build a brand of I'm trying to build a brand around me as a genuine person, not as some persona that you know, where I'm pretending to be something that I'm not. I'm just going to be me, and hopefully enough people are interested in that it becomes a thing. I don't know. Alright, just trying to get... We got some geological... Ooh, okay, here we go. There's always a chance that when you start seeing some geological stuff, that means you might find some biological stuff, because, you know, there's the whole life develops in extreme and life developed in a soup or something like that, when you have a lot of geology going on. I would imagine that probably gives you a higher chance of those chemicals mixing in whatever way creates life. I'm guessing. I don't know. Okay, we got most of those. Let's get this last gas giant, and then ideally its surrounding moons will be all that's left. I guess it wasn't the last gas giant. There's one more. That one. Grab this guy here. Oh, nope. Biological 2. You know what? We're kind of in a hurry. So unless we find something super juicy, as in something that's like... Alright, we're just going to go ahead and move on. Unless we find like a high metal content planet with 2 biological sources... I don't really want to stop for 2 biological sources unless it's on a high metal content planet, because that's almost a guarantee that it's going to end up being Stratum Tectonicus.
4, 3, 2.
And realistically, what I'm kind of hoping to get done by the end of this episode is I want to get to the I want to catch up with our carrier, do the system scan there, and then go identify a tritium ring, hopefully. Because according to our spreadsheet for this, the system that our carrier is currently in should have a nice pristine ring set in there, which gives us a decent chance of having a tritium hotspot, and that's what we really want. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and hop into the next system. I'll stop since we're in a hurry, I'm going to lower my max bodies to scan to like 15-ish, because I can burn through that pretty quickly. When you start getting up into the high 20s, you usually have to search, you usually have to move around and look around a lot more. Versus when you only have like 15, it's a little easier to find things. Not just because there's less bodies, but just because they tend to be grouped in a different way, and it makes it a little bit more streamlined to find them. That's been my experience, anyways. I don't know how realistic that is. We're catching either I'm not going to say the second part of your name, but hey there, blog. I'm not going to verbally say that part, but yeah. We are in the Mandalay Head trying to catch up with our carrier, which we sent ahead to our next fuel stop for it. So we're doing exploration along the way as we go. Yeah, there's that. Let me see here. What am I missing here? What am I missing? Oh, it's okay. Asteroids. Okay, let's do that. So yeah, I'm slightly in a hurry because I want to try to catch up. I want to try to get to the fleet carrier before we end the episode, so that I can hopefully find. Is that a rocky body? I'm not. Yeah. You know what? We're just gonna go. I don't want to get distracted. I want to hopefully find a tritium hotspot by the time we're done for the day, because this is our last stream for the week, and I want to find the tritium hotspot before I log off, so I can go do some mining over the weekend and stock up again.
4, 3, 2.
I forgot how many jumps we have left. It's like I wasn't even really paying attention. Yeah, I've been noticing that. I've been noticing that on the systems that have more than say 20-ish bodies, I just blow right through that. And this is the first ship that I've used so far that allows me to do that. To just start charging the FSD while I'm in the middle of scooping. It's pretty sweet. This ship is growing on me as much as I resisted getting it. I'm still not a big fan of the way it looks, but it flies amazing. How many more jumps do we have left? 3 more jumps? Excellent. I have to say that my favorite part about this ship is the pinpoint accuracy near the ground. No other ship gives me the ability to just kind of see something on the ground and immediately flip over and like point at it and just go straight at it. Even some of the smaller ships don't do it as well as this ship does. So I am very impressed with the maneuverability of the ship. I wish we had had this a long time ago, because it's definitely displaced the Phantom as my favorite exploration ship already, just from that, and the fact that I can it's a lot easier to land. The smaller footprint for the landing gear makes it so much easier to land. Yeah, unfortunately, it's only for real money at the moment. I wasn't going. I don't really like to spend extra money on these things, but since I'm doing an exploration series, I kind of had to. But then again, I did end up buying the Type 8 too, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get it later. So, and I thought it looked cool enough, and I wanted to own it. I did not buy the what was it, the first one that came out, the Python, the updated Python. I didn't buy that because I wasn't interested enough in the ship. Yeah, I would definitely say wait for it to come in for credits. It's I would not recommend buying it for cash unless you just really want it bad right now. If you have the patience to wait, absolutely wait. Okay, how many? Next jump, we're gonna go ahead and. Well, I'll just. I'm trying to hurry up and catch up with the carrier, because supposedly the system that it's in should have a pristine icy ring, which gives us a decent chance at fighting some tritium. But yeah, everything about this ship, well, supposedly it's really good for combat. Like, there's a lot of people using it as a combat ship. But if you're into exploration, I was just saying, like, the ability to just kind of like immediately stop and turn around and point yourself at something on the ground and then go land. With the way I do exploration, it's absolutely amazing. We don't need a fuel scoop because, yeah. Alright, I just need to get my discovery scanner done, and then now we just need to search for some icy rings. Alright, right there. There's some rings. I wouldn't say that those look pristine to me. $28 for a T8 for credits, Mandalay. Oh yeah, yeah, sometime next year. Pretty into exploration. Yeah, I don't personally like the Anaconda to begin with, because I don't like their choice to make it basically good, like really good at everything. I think ships should be really good at one thing and at best mediocre at other stuff. And the Anaconda kind of gets a, nope, we're making this great at everything. So, and that's just how we're gonna do it. Oh, okay. And that's just how we're going to do it. So I'm kind of biased against the Anaconda, just because I believe a jack of all trades should be a master of none, and it seems like they tried to make it pretty close to master of everything. But that's just an opinion. Okay, just trying to finish. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go see if we have some. And some rocky rings, more rocky rings. All right. And let's go check it out and see. Yeah, I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't necessarily mind big ships. If I had my... Oh, screwed that up. I got busy talking. If I had my choice, and I've said this before on different videos, I would love it if they updated the Beluga to have a little bit better in the way of better fuel scoop, better heat management, a longer jump range, and then if they made fighters landable, and you could turn your fighter into basically a shuttle, that would be I think that would be a really badass exploration platform. Okay, just gotta get over here so we can scan this one here, scan this ring set here, and hopefully it's gonna have the tritium that we need, or the tritium hotspot that we need. Then I can spend a couple of days doing some mining, and maybe we'll start our stream off on Monday with some mining just to finish that up. I'll leave some room in the tritium tank to do that. Okay, get the ring. Don't need to wait for that, and we just need to see if a tritium hotspot pops up.
Surface scan complete.
That's not good. I was really hoping we were going to get what we needed here. So unfortunately, what am I looking for? I'm trying to get out of the galaxy. I'm trying to get out of the system map. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was really kind of hoping that was going to work out for us. We have a bunch more to do, but no more large stuff. Well, that sucks. Unfortunately, that means that I'm gonna have to go do some exploring off camera to make that work. That sucks. Well, let's go ahead and get ourselves back to the carrier. Get landed. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out when to deactivate this thing. It's kind of annoying. I had it kind of down with the other ships, but this thing decelerates so aggressively that it's kind of hard to figure out when you should turn it off to get like the optimum, like the minimal amount of time to get to where you're going. We're gonna fly right by the star. Yeah, I think next week we should make it. We should make it to Colonia next week. Oh, come on. I think right now it's we're 4 jumps away. We're 4 jumps away. So we'll do some mining. We'll do some mining next week, hopefully. Top off the tank for whatever I didn't get done over the weekend, and then the Tuesday through Friday we'll get over to Colonia and figure out what we're doing next. Okay, 7.5. Boom. There is.
Thank you for visiting our carrier, Commander. We look forward to your custom. Clearance granted. Move directly to your allocated pad.
Oops. A little too aggressive there. Alright. So, we'll go ahead and take a second to run into, well, carrier services. We can go ahead and sell our cartographic data, but let's see how much money we made this week. Why am I going to the Tritium Depot? Universal cartographics, that might help. Pressing the right button usually makes a difference. It does. It does. Okay, can you load, please? Okay, there's no money here, and I'm not wasting my time waiting on that to load. They really need to fix their universal cartographics there. It's kind of ridiculous. It's a freaking list of systems. Why does it take so long to get the information? Alright, so let's run inside real quick, see how much money we made this week, and then it's on to DCS World. I pressed my 5 key out of habit because I'm used to pulling out my scanner as soon as we get off the ship. I expected my exobiology scanner to pop out, and I'm like, wait a minute, we're not even on the planet right now. I can't do that. Any day. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Over here, off to the left. See how much money we made.
Can I?
Sell our data.
Let's see what you've got for us.
37 million. And then there should have been at least 1 or 2 first footfalls. Oh, wow. 185 million. Look how much cash we made. That's a lot.
Vista, thanks.
And then, yeah, let's just make sure our carrier balance is topped off. I like to keep our number at least 1 billion credits just to make sure we have a nice round number sitting in the bank account. Balance is currently not, so let's go ahead. We'll deposit. We will deposit enough to bring our carrier balance back up to a 1 billion. Kind of wish they would just let me type in a number. Ugh, just running back and forth. There we go. Confirm. All right. Well, for those of you who are just watching the recording, thank you for watching. Be sure to click the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member if you'd like early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. Again, thank you for watching. Come back for the next episode, or you can watch us live every day, every Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific. See you then. Okay, that does it for Elite Dangerous. We'll take a second to hop out of the game. I will put this on the different camera there and immediately start loading up DCS World because we have another mission to go through. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to do another skip to make it work though, because unfortunately I haven't figured out why it refuses to fully score the game or fully score the mission. So that's kind of frustrating. I'm not sure what to do about that, but it is what it is. So let me get my head tracking software up. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. I'm deciding whether I need my head tracking software. I don't think we need it for this next mission because it's just a bunch of data entry. Okay, just waiting for the game to pop up so I can load it into the screen, and then we'll switch back to the game view. Unfortunately, I wish I could preload all of the games before we do this because it would be much quicker to just switch over to the next game. But it would be very difficult to try to keep all of those things running at the same time. So we got to sit and wait, and DCS takes a very long time to load. It's actually kind of frustrating. Okay, so game audio set over to DCS and the game video set over to DCS. Ideally, that will start popping up. There it is. All right, into the game. All right, we're gonna bring the offline audience back in and start our recording for DCS. All right, we're back into the campaign mode. As I was telling my live audience just a second ago, I was unable to figure out why it keeps not scoring it properly, so I'm going to keep doing some research on that and try to figure out why it insists on not giving me the score of 100 like we're supposed to get. It worked just fine on our first mission, but there's something wrong with the subsequent missions well, I guess that might make sense to actually go check the first mission and see if there's anything different about that. I'll try to remember to do that. We're going to go ahead and skip this for now because we need to get to pattern practice. I guess it's not the data entry. It's not the data entry. We're doing pattern practice today. So, for those of you who have not seen this series and have not seen this flight school campaign before, it is a flight school that I've developed for the F-18 Hornet in DCS World. We start out doing some basic navigation stuff, and then we move on to air to ground, and then air to air, and then eventually move into a carrier operations block where you learn how to interact with the carrier and do a bunch of other stuff. Now, one of the things that makes this flight school campaign a little bit different from just the basic training missions is that you're doing full missions every time you do it. There's a full list of things you have to get done. It isn't just dropping you into whatever thing you're trying to do and then you teleport out and you don't really have any context for what you're doing. And it forces you to do a case 1 carrier landing even at the airfield the entire time, so that by the time you get out to the carrier, you've done the pattern so much it's second nature, and all you have to really focus on is now I'm just doing it on a carrier instead of at an airfield. So this mission that we're doing right now is going to teach the case 1 carrier pattern. Let's go ahead, hop in, and see how it goes. And I definitely need the
Welcome to
head
your
tracking
first
for this.
day of training. In general, you will have 2 lessons per day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, with the occasional night flight thrown in for the experience.
Okay, that works.
In this morning's lesson, we're going to practice
I'm
a
just gonna go
modified
ahead
version of the
and-
landing pattern for the Hornet. Be advised that this is not the typical
gonna do the
landing
auto start. I
procedure
have an
when
auto start
returning from a
sequence.
mission, but is rather the recovery procedure from a missed landing attempt on the carrier, whether from being told to go around, wave off, or touching down on the deck but missing the arresting wires.
Need my throttle.
Walter.
Kind of hard to do that without.
For today's training,
everything about
Vatsiani
it.
has been closed to traffic so we can focus on just flying a proper pattern, so no radio calls will be required. Go ahead and get the aircraft started and then taxi to the right and approach the active runway. Stop just before the runway threshold for further instructions.
All right, we'll fast forward through the startup process because that's kind of boring and it takes a while. If you're interested in manually starting, the first lesson in this is taking you all the way through a quick start procedure. So let me recenter my view here so that hopefully it doesn't move around so much. All right, let's go ahead and... Well, first and foremost, I'm going to take a second on my own to set up my HSI to... I don't remember what the course line is. Oh, wait. The kneeboard should have it. Vatsiani, runway 135. So TACAN 22 X-ray on, and then we can course to 135. Sorry, I'm trying to do things while we're
stop
moving.
here.
You're not supposed to do that, but it's fine.
Before we get started, we need to be able to gauge our distance from the ground very accurately, so let's change our altimeter to radar mode by flipping the switch just below the UFC from Barrow to RDR. Understand that this is still just a rough estimate, as the ground will be rolling up and down below you, but we need AGL references and the radar altimeter is the only way to do that. The sequence of events for the pattern will be as follows. Take off from the runway as we did in the last lesson using full mill power. This simulates using full thrust to recover from a failed carrier landing attempt. Climb to an altitude of 600 foot AGL and bring your airspeed to around 350 knots. At about a mile from the airfield, reduce throttle to idle and execute a steep turn to the left. Keep the velocity vector on the horizon and keep your G meter between 2.5 and 3 G.
That's the part I struggle with,
then
is
slowly
that
allow it
initial
to
G,
taper off
the
as you
initial
near the
turn
end
of
of
the
the
G's
turn.
there.
About halfway through the turn, your airspeed should be below 250 knots, so lower your landing gear and flaps. Once you reach a heading of 310, level off and work on getting your velocity
that's a
vector
different-
aligned with the
different heading
E-bracket,
there.
just like we did for landing in the last lesson. Remember to keep the velocity vector on the horizon with pitch trim and bring the E-bracket down to it with throttle adjustments. The E-bracket chases the velocity vector, not the other way around. I'll notify you when it's time to turn for your final approach. Just focus on getting on the proper downwind and setting up your aircraft for landing.
Okay, go ahead and start
When
moving
you're
on.
ready, taxi out onto the runway and begin your takeoff.
All right, so the purpose of this lesson is to teach you the Case 1 carrier recovery procedure, so that you know how to do it for all the subsequent missions that we're going to be doing, that you're going to do here. So this introduces you to that concept, and then it's up to you to continue doing it. Right, we're trying to get up to 600 feet. It's 800 feet for the normal recovery, but we're basically doing the go around procedure, which has you at 600 feet. So that's why it's different.
You're about a mile from the runway, so go ahead and reduce throttle to idle and execute a steep left turn,
Man, I forgot
pulling back sharply on the stick
forgot
and
I
doing your best
adjusted
to keep the velocity
The feeling's a
vector
little bit
lined up
different
with
because I
the
adjusted my
horizon.
curves for when we
You're
were doing the
aiming
aerial
for about
refueling
3
practice.
Gs followed by a gradual reduction in stick pressure to allow the Gs to slowly reduce. You should be about halfway through your turn at this point. Don't forget to lower your flaps and landing gear once your airspeed is below 250 knots. Level out at a heading of 310 and get your aircraft stabilized with the velocity vector on the horizon.
Man, I screwed that apart. Fortunately, it's usually recoverable if you...
Looking good. You're within the downwind corridor.
Part of
So
it is
focus
just I
on
got to get
keeping
used
the
to the new.
velocity vector on
I
the
changed the
horizon,
curves
pitch
for
trim,
my
and bringing the E-bracket down to it with
pitch and
throttle.
yaw, or my pitch and roll.
Try to stay around 600
Because I was
feet
having a hard
AGL
time controlling
and
it,
maintain a heading of
even with the
310.
curves that I had when I was doing my refueling practice. So I had to adjust it. But now the feeling is a little bit different for this now. So I got to get used to having to pull harder on the stick to get the same inputs I'm used to. Because, you know, for precision flying, you really need a lot of leeway in how much you can move the stick before it starts doing something. Now, we're not going to test these to see we're not going to test these to see about making sure whether they fail or not, because I've already tested that. So
you'd be able to see
I'm
the
just
stern
this
of
is
the
purely
ship.
testing advancing
This
through
is
the
where you would
campaign.
normally begin a 30-degree descending turn to the left, but if you need a bit more wiggle room, feel free to continue further out before you begin. Once you start turning, add some power to compensate for the loss of lift and try to keep the velocity vector just below the horizon. Remember that the stick should only be used for roll adjustments. Pitch is controlled with the throttle during landing. Keep your eyes fixed on the HUD for the first 90 degrees of the turn. You should be about halfway through your turn by now, so take a quick peek at the runway and start making adjustments to line up with the center line. Once you're lined up, focus on placing your velocity vector and E-bracket on the runway numbers. You should be making constant throttle adjustments all the way to touchdown to keep the velocity vector on the sweet spot. If your throttle hand stops moving, you're doing it wrong. You should be adjusting the range of throttle motion fore or aft depending on whether you need to move the velocity vector up or down. Failure to keep the throttle moving will likely result in getting behind the aircraft, a bad situation. For the purposes of this lesson, a good landing is anything close to the numbers. Good job. If you'd like to keep practicing, add full afterburner
Not too
and
shabby.
repeat the process.
Try to slow down and catch this
Otherwise,
first
exit the
taxiway if
next
you can.
appropriate taxiway to end the lesson.
Speed breakout. Oh, why? I didn't even hit that hard. Well, I guess the crew chief's going to be a little bit mad because we damaged the plane, but, well, it is
Hope you
what
got
it
some
is.
good practice out there. Go ahead and taxi back to parking spot 1 and shut down the aircraft. The lesson will end when you're parked in the correct spot and the aircraft is off.
Right. Then we can kind of zoom through this. Get over to the parking spot. The auto off procedure should work just fine as well, so. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't feel like we landed that hard, so.
Check gear, check gear.
Check gear. Alright.
Check gear,
Go
check
ahead and do
gear.
the auto off procedure, let that go. And that will do it for today's flight. Since we have a little bit of extra time at the end of this, we'll go ahead and check the first mission and see if we can identify
That's it for this
what
lesson.
the issue was.
See you back here.
So we should be able to quit and then hit end mission, and ideally it's supposed to advance us to the next one, but yeah, I have something that's causing the scoring to not work. So let's cancel that. We'll go into the mission editor. We'll open up the first mission, and let me get this stuff out of the way. And I just want to see if there's something that I'm missing here, because as you can see, I have a min score here, 50. If it's oh. No, player scores less. Oh, this is the wrong. Huh, okay. Okay. So this one, the reason why this is working is because I have the wrong thing here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more research. If you happen to know why it's not working, because what I'm trying to get to is I'm trying to get to. I don't want it to send you back a mission. And with the way that they decided to do the mission editor, for some reason they decided that if you didn't score at least a 50, if you score less than a 50, it actually sends you back a mission. And I'm like, I don't want to make you guys do that. I don't want it to work that way. So what I'm trying to get to is if your mission score is lower than 50, I want it to automatically make the mission score 50. Now, honestly, it would be nice if I could just add a thing in here that sets the mission score. But I don't think there's a way to do that. I don't think there's a way to actually just say, make the score 50. But then again, like, how did I set the score before? Oh, with the flag. So okay, maybe there's a. Okay, so I guess if I did. So maybe I could just add a random flag or add a flag number on all of these. Maybe I could do like add a flag 9,000 that sets the score to 50 automatically. I think that's probably what I need to do. So set flag value 9,000. And then if I change this, rather than having it be like this, I can say, all right, so min score, we can say flag value is true, right? Flag equals, okay. So let's see, flag equals flag 9,000 equals 1. Score, okay. So I think if I take this, if I take this here and I basically just make it to where I add a set flag value 9,000 to 1, and then that just automatically sets your score to a minimum score of 50. Then if you finish the mission and you get all the way down to flag value 99.99 and that becomes true, then you get the 100 and that advances you to the next thing. So, okay. I think that's what we need to do to fix the mission here. That means that I'm going to have to sit down off camera and go update all of my missions to add that in there. But ideally, that will fix the problem and make it so that you never have to go back a mission. As long as you complete the mission, you move on to the next step. And you also don't get stuck in this weird loop where it won't advance the mission because of whatever that was that keeps you stuck at a score of 50, even though I had it set a different way, but it doesn't matter. I'll manually set the scores. That way I don't have to worry about it being a problem. So anyways, that's going to go ahead and do it for today's DCS World episode. I'll try to make sure, and that's also for the week. So I'll try to remember to get some more stuff done. Well, I mean, I guess for the recording, for the people who are watching this as a recording, you are not going to get this until Monday, I think. So, I don't know. Saturday? Yeah, no, I think I'll publish it on Saturday. Fine. Anyways, we'll get through the weekend. And hopefully over the weekend, I'll have some time to sit down and update all of these. And then I will try to fly through all of these and actually complete them as they're supposed to be completed. So anyways, thanks for watching. Be sure to click the like button. Help us reach 10,000 subscribers by hitting that subscribe button. You can join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. Again, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to come back for the next episode, and I'll see you then. And that does it for DCS. So we'll switch back to the full cam so you guys can get a view at whatever it is you want to get a view at. Actually, I'm going to, this is the point where I would typically take a break. So we're going to take a short little break while I close out this and take a bathroom break and all of that, get a drink. And I will see you guys in about 3 minutes. always forget something. That's fine. It only takes a second to swap these out. Get to Call of the Wild, bring it up, and then we'll get started with our recording for this game. All right. We are back in Call of the Wild, ready to continue trying to go after some of the diamond stuff that we need. Let's see. I don't need the fleet carrier thing anymore, so let's make sure that we got that up. Boom, boom, boom. Does not seem like... Why is it not bringing this... Oh. Wait, what? Is there a reason why it's not bringing up my sheet? Alright, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to waste a bunch of time on that. Anyways, we're still looking for grizzly bears and plains bison, so it kind of is what it is. Let's just, we'll take a second, double check our ammo, make sure we're all good. Then we'll take a look at the map, and... Can you not move me, dog? Seriously? It's really annoying when you do that. We'll take a look at the map. I already kind of went through right before we started the recording here. We went through yesterday and kind of checked out all of these need zones here. It's still pretty early in the morning. We are trying to do one in-game day per episode or per reserve. So we start in the morning at 6, and then we leave whenever I feel like it after that. But we're trying to do a full day, so that's kind of the goal. We're going to take a chance and kind of hop over here and see if maybe we can spot an axis deer. Let me get my spreadsheet out of the way so I can actually see the chats. I've been having an issue with my restream that to where it's continually trying to create a new stream even though I set one up through restream to make it work. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Well, that sucks. I think we're actually using our big game loadout, so I need to make sure I'm using this one.
These tracks, you can follow them, but don't forget to also look up and observe what's in front of you.
Just want to see if maybe I can get lucky and spot them before they run away, or before they get too far away for me to shoot at them. I think they're long gone, though. I had a feeling they'd just run like that, but, you know, sometimes you never know. Yeah, I don't see any movement. Pull out our binoculars and try to check on this distance over here. Unfortunately, it also just didn't help that the wind wasn't in our favor. So not only did we spawn right where they were, but then, you know, the wind blew right into their faces. So it is what it is. Javin Rusa. Okay. I think pretty sure we actually need that. Let me get rid of the fleet carrier thing there so it's not conflicting. We are in the east on... Oh, it didn't save where I was. Emerald Coast. Let me save that. Yeah, we need the Javin Rusa. Why don't we take a second and run over here and see if maybe we can get a little bit lucky. Because who knows? You never know. We might end up getting over there. For those of you who are watching this as a recording, I am currently live streaming right now. We do a daily live stream from starting at 4 p.m. Pacific every day, Monday through Friday. So if you're interested in coming to hang out as we do this, be sure to come check out the stream. For those of you watching, feel free to chat. Your chats will show up on the screen. I did figure out that overlay, so be sure to do that. It's always kind of fun when everybody can see what you guys are thinking about the games and stuff. And it helps with engagement. Okay, just gotta get up here. If you're not familiar with my style of hunting, I do more of an action style hunting. Not necessarily trying to treat it like an FPS game. I do a little bit of stalking, but I don't have the patience to do it the way some of the people who would consider themselves real hunters do it. So I typically, I'll charge into about 150 meters, slow down at about 100 meters, and then, you know, I'll crouch at about 100 meters, and then, you know, depending on what the terrain is like, take our shot. I'm comfortable shooting all the way out to 300 meters, depending on the target, though. So, as a Marine, I had to learn how to shoot all the way out to 500 meters without a scope. So, shooting at small targets at long distances, especially if it's zeroed properly, is not necessarily the hardest thing in the world for me. The problem usually ends up being that there are trees and stuff in the way. So 100 meter. I say 100. Oh. I really wish that the I could have had. I mean, we need that to be at least a 10 to have any kind of a real chance at grabbing that. I really wish that the silhouette, when you spot them, would make it clear that you're shooting through the ground there, because it's really hard to tell sometimes. If the silhouette disappeared, I would be like, oh, like I can't take that shot. But when it's fully outlined like that, and you're having a hard time telling, because sometimes it's hard to tell if it's just bushes in the way or if it's actually ground. So it would be really nice if the silhouette disappeared behind when they go down behind the hills and stuff. It would be much more helpful in figuring out what's going on. Let's see, what do we got here? Got some female red deer. Saltwater crocodile. 815. Let's see here. I need to get my spreadsheet up. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's probably a gold, but I don't think I want to waste my. I don't want to spook whatever's over here. And I didn't see any male red deer. We already have diamonds of those anyway, so I'm not overly concerned about trying to do that right now. I would much rather close the distance here and see if maybe we can get lucky and get the axis deer, I believe is what it said was over here. Or no, it was Javan Rusa. Just making sure there's nothing off to the side. I know there's females over there. I didn't see any males, so I think it's just a group of females, so we're not going to waste our time on them. Let's go this way and see if we can get lucky and find Javan... Okay, so there's a Javan Rusa there. It's a female. Looks like another just... oh, here we go. 250 meters. Alright, so I am going to try to get a little higher. We're going to slow down here. Javan Rusa. I believe it was midway up the chart. It is a Class 5 animal, so we definitely want to use this one here. Alright. 180 meters. I'm going to aim a slightly high. I would like for it to wait for him to stand up, for him to bring his head up. Here we go. Son of a bitch. It's too high. I wasn't really paying attention to the score. I should have been. So it probably doesn't matter. But when they drop instantly like that, especially when you aim a little high, when you feel like you aimed a little high, that means you probably hit the spine, which is not a vital organ. So even though they drop instantly, it usually doesn't count as a vital organ and you don't get it. So I'm really hoping that that wasn't a diamond, because it didn't look like it. The horns didn't look like it was a diamond, so I don't think so. But it's frustrating when I take a shot like that thinking it's going to go well, and then I'm like, he just drops instantly. That's not good. It's not a good sign. Oh. 150. I can just... All right, I'm going to try to drop a shot. Because what's the... score for the Javan Rusa? Oh, we need like a 150 or better, so he's crap. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of hard to take shots like that far away. Kind of wanted to see what else was there. I saw a bunch of stuff running away. All right, well, let's go see how we did on this guy. I don't remember him. I don't think he was that big. It's frustrating. Yep, spine shot. So that doesn't count as a vital hit. He was a gold. We already have gold Javan Rusa. It would have been nice to get another one, though. I don't think we have a lot of those. But we'll take our cash reward. Let's go ahead and just kind of run over to this water source over here, since we're just kind of killing some time anyway. The 6 to 10 block is more or less, it's coming to an end, so you know, 10 o'clock is usually the start of the next major block of need zones, and you know, we're getting towards the end of that block. So continuing to warp around and hoping to catch them. Most things are going to be either finishing up at their need zone or starting to move on to the next one. They'll be traveling anyway. So rather than chasing need zones around, let's just run over here. Maybe we'll get lucky and stumble across something. And then for my live audience, since you guys are involved in the production process, I have to remember to bring those guys back when we're ready to do something, because I do put cuts in there for that. That said, though, I mean, this particular game is probably going to be one of those ones that I do for a little while again and then take a break from, because I don't really want to worry about cuts. I'd rather just play games that I can just play and they're interesting the whole time. So we'll see. I mean, and realistically, especially supposedly Path of Exile 2 is coming out in December. So once that comes out, I'm definitely adding that to the lineup once I get access to it. So there's that. And then ideally by then we'll be done doing the campaign testing for DCS World 2. So yeah, I might have 2 games that I'm ready to kind of be done with for a while. So we can continue doing Elite Dangerous, and then because it's an easy little 30-minute thing that I do. And then we can do Path of Exile 2, and then maybe either find one other game to do, or I can start splitting my time between, you know, maybe the first hour is a couple of video games, and then the second hour is, you know, maybe doing some reactive content or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm doing variety content. I don't want to just do video games. I don't want my channel to just be about one thing, like, because I'm not about one thing. I don't just like video games. I like movies. I like TV shows. I like watching YouTube and learning interesting things. Like I would really love it if I could start doing like I love to learn about cool stuff, and if I could find like experts who are interested in maybe doing a podcast, that would be kind of cool. Like the second half, or maybe just make the live stream longer and make the second half of it more of like a podcast format. Or, you know, and if I can make that grow big enough, that would be kind of cool, because then maybe one day a week I do video games, and then the rest of it's talking to interesting people. Like, I know I'll never be as big as like Joe Rogan or something like that, but if I could grow it into it's more because I'm just interested in talking to people who know cool stuff. Like, that would be really cool to just have conversations with people who are experts in things that I'm interested in learning about. Because, you know, hold on, what do we got here? So, oh, there was a mail there. I didn't catch what the number was. Oh, it's 69? Eh. He can go away. Alright, we're gonna walk up to this lake here so that I don't end up... We're gonna walk up to this lake here so that I don't scare anything off, hopefully. Especially anything that may be hanging out on the other side of the lake. I don't see any movement, so... So unfortunately, it does not seem like this lake is going to end up being anything, but maybe we'll get lucky and find some need zones hanging out around here. Because, I mean, this is an excellent water source, so you would think that animals would be running around here trying to find something to drink. So, I don't know. Let's just double check the perimeter of the lake here, just to make sure there's nothing hiding back in the trees. Because you'd be surprised how many times they're not at the water, but they're just kind of hanging out back in the little hidey holes. So, yeah, there's that. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there's any need zones here either. We'll walk around kind of along this side of the lake here and see if anything shows up, but I don't know. Seems like everything either ran off or just was never here. So we're probably gonna have to go find another need zone. That sucks. All right. So we're still in the 8 to 10 block here. This says it has some Bantang here, though. Let's run over here and see if maybe we can get into some action with that. Worst comes to worst, we'll do like we normally do and just pull out the hand cannon and take them out that way. Okay. And of course, there's a sandbar over here. But it did say it was a female, so that's fine. Let's run over here and see if we can find some Banthang. This is the other reason why I'm on the fence about continuing this series, because it's just like the amount of walking that you have to do is, it's realistic. You should have to do it, but it's just, it's not the most fun thing in the world. Okay, fallow deer, nice. Let's take a second and look. See if there's anything hiding out there in front of us, because I would hate to charge ahead and end up missing something cool. Okay. Do it. I was saying when we went back to Hirschfelden and Leighton Lakes that it's kind of funny how I'm perfectly comfortable running through something like the Emerald Coast or Virhonga Savannah or anything like that, but running through the first two maps gives me a sense of trepidation because they were the first two maps that I did, and you know, when you're first learning and you're trying to get all of the information and everything going, it's like, oh, what is this going on? So you go back to that environment, and you instinctively have this this nervousness about it because it reminds you of when you were first learning how to do something. Okay, so there's supposed to be a deer over here somewhere. Got a mating call. There's no wind. Pull out the binoculars and see if maybe that makes things a little easier to find it. I haven't brought the offline audience back yet because if we don't ever find it, it's just kind of a waste of time. Where is this thing? I feel like it should be right around in this range. It was within 200 meters when we had the call come out. And as usual, I don't have a caller with me, so I can't, like, call it in. Because I never remember to set up the callers, so we just end up running out and having to stalk these things down the hard way. Yeah, I really feel like... Alright, I'm going to start walking and see if I can get a warning call out of it. It's super frustrating. Oh. Okay, so we got this hog deer here. It is a class 3, which means we're going to need the pistol for this one. 108. For a 108, we need... Or for a hog deer... Oh, that could technically be a diamond. I'm not going to hold my breath on it, but it could be. So, unfortunately, I don't think I want to take the shot from while he's sitting down. So we're going to try... Where is it? Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure that was a vital shot. Let's go run after it, find out, and see how we did. Get the binoculars out just because I don't like running around with a weapon in my hand. It just seems kind of ridiculous to do that, so there's always that. I mean, I guess there's the holster button, but reaching over I'm too lazy to reach over to the H. Let me pull this camera down a little bit. It seems like it's still a little high. Okay. Yep, we got ourselves a nice vital hit, so just need to follow the trail. Follow your nose. Go find ourselves a hog deer. It's just going to be a gold. At 108, when the maximum score is right on the bottom number for the diamond, it's almost never going to be a diamond. I mean, technically it could, but don't even hold your breath for that. Okay, here we are. Got our hog deer right here. Definitely was a vital hit. It's not going to be a diamond. Nice solid gold, 91. All right, cool. So yeah, max score was at the bottom end of diamond, but as I was saying to my streaming audience, when it's right there when the max score is right there at the bottom end of the diamond range, it's just not going to happen. I'll leave the recording audience. I'll leave you, those of you watching the recording in for now because we're getting really close to hopefully shooting some bantang here. Well, I think we might have been far enough away to not spook them. Yeah, they're going to be all the way over there. So yeah, I think we have a decent chance of them still. Well, what time is it? What was the time frame for them? 7 to 10. Yeah, they're almost certainly on their way to the next thing by now. Well, that's all right. We'll charge over there. Maybe pull out the hand cannon if we see one and chase them down because we need a diamond. We need a diamond bantang. Maybe we'll get lucky and they're running this way. Oh. Well, we at least got the first one. Yeah, don't run at me. I don't need any of your aggression. Okay. So, unfortunately, that means that the shots that we just took, if the bantang were still around here, they will have been spooked because I decided to take some shots. But, hey, we dropped ourselves a nice, solid red deer. What did I kill here? Weird. Where's that? Is the male over here? Oh, he is. Still didn't kill him. That's mildly frustrating. I feel like we... I don't know. Anything on the other side over here that we might be able to take a shot at? Oh. Red deer? I thought they were... Oh, they're only class 6? I thought they were bigger than that. Well, I'm glad he wasn't a super big one. My bad. We did end up killing that female. So, since I don't see anything over there, let me grab this need zone real quick. And then I'll go chase down whatever it is that we got done. That sucks. I kind of thought that... I didn't realize that... I thought they were bigger. For some reason, I thought red deer were... Did they used to be bigger? Did they used to be a bigger number? I don't know. I don't know if they used to be a bigger number. That's alright, though. I'm pretty sure we killed that female, so that's probably what the second death was. Right here, because that male was still running. So clearly we didn't get him. Oh. I think right now we're following the blood trail of the male. May not be able to go after that female because I don't know. Ugh. Fine. We'll find something else to do. Oh, what's this? Did the male die? All right, fine. We'll go ahead and run around this way then. It seems like something else died over there. Maybe that male did finally die. Ah, maybe this is the female. A feral pig over here. Let's slow down. We'll pull out our... Oh, I got some fallow deer over here. Got ourselves some fallow deer over here. And we got ourselves a male. So we're going to re-zero... We're going to re-zero to 150 meters. Get ourselves... All right. I mean, we need fallow deer. We also need pigs, but yeah, we'll focus on the fallow deer. It's fine. Okay. That takes care of him. I don't think there's any other males there. And unfortunately, that means that the pigs that were there are certainly gone at this point, so there's always that. So we'll go grab our fallow deer over here since he dropped in place, and then we'll come over here and try to find those red deer that we shot. It's got to be... It's just a female, and it's only one female, so I'm not wasting my time on that. Let's hurry up and go get our hog deer that we shot. Then we'll run over and grab... was it a hog deer? Or... It was a fallow deer. Sorry. Too many different species floating around in my head. But yeah, we dropped this fallow deer over here somewhere. I really need to get in the habit of remarking things, but that's fine. Okay, so this is our fallow deer here. I don't even remember what the score was, but it has a decent looking rack. Nice silver there. We're not going to take that. I'm hoping to get it's a female, but again, with the foxes, you never really know because sometimes the females can get pretty big. I'm not going to waste my time on it, though. Okay, so we need to find the new blood trail over here for whatever red deer we killed. Because, you know. I mean, it would be nice if it showed itself. I don't want to just hear the bark. It's always on the other side of a hill. You see what I mean? Like, it's almost always on the other side of a hill. They're never nice and neatly positioned in a way that allows me to... find what I'm looking for. Like, I keep getting this warning call. She's running in the opposite direction. Okay, let's get back on the blood trail again, hopefully. He should be able to find it this close. I don't see any bodies anywhere. Double checking to make sure there's nothing, no easy targets of opportunity nearby. No organs hit. That means that we hit a deer over here. We didn't hit an organ, but it still ended up dying at some point. So that's kind of sucky. Just didn't get really good shots. Just did not get really good shots on that. But we'll continue to follow this, and I'll bring you guys back. Oh. That's weird. I'm coming, chill. I'm coming. Alright, I think we're getting pretty close to this first one. Oh. Probably should have looked around a little bit more. I should have looked around a little bit more. That's alright, though. 'Tis what it is. Yeah, we dropped her in place. Oh, no. This is the other one we killed. What is this? Is this that male? Oh, man. Wrong weapon, wrong, and no vital hit. Okay. First, wow. Okay, that's a weird one. Well, I kind of wish I had a shotgun right now. So that means that female that we hit either didn't die. Oh, she had to have. She had to have died. She had to have died. I don't know. There's way too much going on, and I'm having a hard time keeping track of it all. That's kind of the way it goes. So what we'll do is we'll track this down, grab the sandbar deer that we just killed, and then we'll run back over that way, and hopefully we can pick up the blood trail for whatever else it was that we supposedly killed. Let's see. What's that? Oh, a need zone over here. Very nice. Jeez, I could have swore I had a really decent shot right in the chest on her. I don't know why it's taking her so long to die. Alright, there it is, finally. Jeez. Oh, it's another male. What is this? Okay. Another red deer that I hit. I must have spaced out and just completely forgot that there was another male there. I could have swore there were only two. It's super weird. But, yeah, let me run over here and see if we can find the female that we shot, just to clear her off the board. Why not? What time is it? 10:30. I feel like it's taking us a really long time to get through the days. No blood there. Start having the dog search for blood, so hopefully we come across whatever we're looking for. Yeah, no tracks found, but I feel like that other blood trail ran off near the water, so kind of need to keep going back this way. And then maybe we'll find what we're looking for. Oh. Okay. Found a rest zone. Not too shabby. So I think what we'll do is we'll go and we'll try to get this one here. Let's close the distance a little bit. Double quail. Where did our bantang go? Where did... Unfortunately, they went up into the trees. I have no idea where they are. So I'm gonna have to follow them around the hill here. Alright, for my non-live audience, we have a herd of bantang over here, and I'm following them around the hill this way and hoping that they kind of come down like this. And maybe I can get a nice side shot on them. So... crap. Alright, we're just going to pull out the pistol. I've already spooked them at this point. Do 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 do. Alright, so unfortunately, they were able to get over the hill before I was able to really do anything. That's all right. We'll just do like we always do and run them down. Okay, that's one. We'll grab this guy on the move. Nice solid gold, 123. He's up there. Yeah, just you got to catch them when they need to turn around terrain, and then you can pop them in the side. But they need to turn for an extended period of time for you to have a chance to aim in on them. That's a male, right? That's the male right there. Come on, turn. Turn. Okay. That takes care of him. I have a feeling that the rest of them are females, though, so... Alright, another nice, decent gold one. We'll take that. I just want to get over the hill. We'll take a gander at... Yeah, she's a female, so we'll just... Just trying to hurry up and kill her so we can move on to something else. Okay, where'd the other ones go? Just trying to clear them out a little bit. Pull out our binoculars. I just want to see, are they all females at this point? Is it just females left? Yeah, they're all just females. All right, we'll leave them alone then. There's nothing else really interesting. We will go ahead and head over to the water because we have a couple more minutes left to do a little bit of hunting, and maybe we'll get lucky and see some gators out here. That wouldn't be too terrible. I mean, I already have diamond gators, so I'm not overly concerned about gators, but you never know. Sometimes they're out here by the water. Let's see. Yeah, there's a crocodile. Oh. Alright, that took care of him. We'll see how we did. Wait, I saw... Where did I see? I saw something. So if you're looking to hunt the saltwater crocodiles, coming out here to the edge of the water, to the edge of the ocean or whatever this is, great place to go because you could just look all the way down the beach and get a nice clear view of them. 967, not too shabby. First shot, not great. Second shot, right in the lungs. It's exactly where I wanted it to be. So yeah, let's we'll take another minute or so to run up the coast this way. And if we see another croc, we'll take another shot. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and call it good for the day. So hang out for just another minute if you're watching the recording. We got something over here. 122. Okay. So a difficulty of 3 for it means it's middle of the road because the bantang are they go out to difficulty 5. I have a spreadsheet where I can look for that, but realistically, I need to see a 4 or a 5 for most of the horned species before I'm going to bother looking at the sheet. Now, I would imagine that there probably was a gator here, but 04 to 08. There's a decent chance that none of these are going to be out right now. 8 to 12. There might be one over here. So let me slide over this way so that we can get around to this little hill here as quickly as possible, so that if they are kind of hanging out over here, I get a chance to take them out. We're actually just going to go ahead and pull out the rifle, because... Oh, here we go. What is that? I'm going to slow down and start walking a little bit. The wind is in our favor. Unfortunately, I can't see what this other one is. It won't spot it for me. So, I think what we might end up doing... we'll pull out the pistol. And then we'll try to sneak up and then charge in and shoot them both. He's attentive. He's calm. Yeah, I can't get the other one to highlight. But he's calm now, so that's good. How close are we? I'm gonna set the 0 to 50 or 75 meters. Because I have to imagine he's gonna start getting spooked here. Oh. 715. Set it back to 50. We're getting pretty close. They're gonna run for the water, so I'm trying to get as close as I can so that when they do, I can just shoot them both broadside before they get in there. Okay, I think we're close enough. Let's charge in. We'll let them get spooked. And then when they run for the water... or they can just stand there. I can do that too. Oh, there's 3 of them here. I didn't realize that there were 3 of them there. I mean, I'll take it. I feel like all 3 of them should have got. Okay, I was gonna say, it's pretty sure we got all 3 of them. There's no reason that they should have just that I didn't get them all. Okay, so that's a nice ending to the thing. Basically got a herd of crocodile. Sweet, it's nice solid silver. Got a double lung shot with the first hit on that one. And then this one ended up having a nice double lung shot, but I pumped another one into him just for good measure, just to make sure that it was going to go away. And then I feel like this one's the bigger of the 3. So let's go ahead and check this guy out. I think he was the bigger of the 3. It just wasn't big enough to be a gold. But yeah, nice solid double lung shot. But anyways, that's going to go ahead and do it for today's episode of Call of the Wild. Be sure to like and subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, where you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. We've also included a PayPal link for those of you who would prefer to pay outside of the YouTube / whatever other streaming economy that you're working on. So check out that link if you prefer to do it that way. Again, thank you for watching. Be sure to come back for our next episode. I am live streaming this as well, so you can check us out every Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific if you'd like to come hang out live. So thanks for watching. See you for the next video. And for my online streaming audience, if you happen to be watching, I don't have any way of knowing. I don't watch the counter, so you're either watching or you're not. If you are watching, thank you very much. I haven't seen any comments, so I'm assuming that I'm by myself right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys again Monday at 4 p.m. as we continue to try to build this stream up into something more than just playing some video games. So thanks for watching. See you next week. Have a great weekend.